Imagine standing in the middle of a desert thousands of years ago where the temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. The sun is blazing right above your head. Your throat is parched with thirst, your lips are cracking, and there isn't a single drop of shade anywhere around you. Now think for a moment in this situation. You have no water bottle, no air-conditioned car, no sunscreen. How long do you think you'd survive? Here comes the real twist. Our ancestors survived exactly like this, generation after generation in this very desert. Without any modern technology, they not only endured this environment, they thrived. So the question is, how did they do it? Let's start from the beginning. Their main weapon was their own body. Because the human body has countless sweat glands, more than any other animal. When our body heats up under the scorching sun, sweat evaporates and cools down the skin. Whereas other running predators like hyenas and lions can't run for long in extreme heat, they pant and stop. But humans can. This is exactly why ancient hunters would chase a prey for hours under the blazing sun until the animal collapsed from heat stroke and humans could easily catch it. Here's the most fascinating part. The heat that was an enemy to every other animal was a weapon for humans. But keeping the body strong alone wasn't enough. They had another crucial strategy: understanding time itself. Ancient humans never fought against the sun. Instead, they moved in rhythm with it. During the scorching heat of midday, they'd stop all activity and simply rest in the shade of rocks, inside caves, under tents. Their real work: hunting, walking, gathering, they did in the mornings, evenings, and even at night. This was their daily rhythm. They didn't fight nature, they followed its rules. This wasn't laziness, it was intelligence. A calculated strategy to conserve water. Saving time was a smart strategy, but there was one thing without which every strategy failed: water. To our eyes, a desert means an empty, dry, dead place. But to ancient humans, that very same desert was a living map. Their experience told them which tree roots held water, and just by watching birds fly, they could tell water was nearby. Their instincts were so sharp that they even knew exactly where to dig in a dry riverbed to find water beneath. Even today, the Sand people of the Kalahari Desert extract water from specific plant tubers. Knowledge passed down for thousands of years, not through books, but by word of mouth. Finding water is one thing, but holding on to the water already inside your body is just as important. And this is where their strangest yet most brilliant strategy comes: in their clothing. Naturally, what do we do when we feel hot? We try to wear as little clothing as possible because we think exposed skin lets air in and cools the body down. But desert people, the Bedouins, the Tuareg, did the exact opposite. They wore long, loose, full-body covering robes. They dressed this way because a layer of air forms between the fabric and the skin, blocking direct sunlight and slowing down how fast sweat evaporates. Bare skin, on the other hand, would dehydrate much faster. Body, timing, water, clothing, all of this was one person's strategy to survive the desert. But no single person, no matter how much knowledge they had, could survive the desert alone for long. Their real strength lay somewhere else. However strong one person was, they couldn't survive the desert alone for long because knowing which roots held water, where a storm might strike, which plants were poisonous, this couldn't be learned in one lifetime. It took generations of accumulated experience. The elders of the tribe, grandparents, tribal leaders, were their living library. They taught the young where to find water, which season to travel where, which plants were edible and which were poisonous. Through storytelling, through songs, through hands-on teaching, this knowledge passed from father to son, from grandmother to granddaughter. Every generation learned from the mistakes of the last and added something new. Their real technology wasn't a tool or a weapon, it was this knowledge, accumulated across generations, that made a tribe unbeatable. One person was fragile, but a tribe carrying 1,000 years of accumulated wisdom that was invincible. Has this knowledge been lost only in the pages of history? Surprisingly, no. It's still alive today, right in front of our eyes. The Sand people of the Kalahari Desert, or the Bedouins of the Middle East, they still survive using these same ancient techniques. They still carry the same knowledge that kept their ancestors alive thousands of years ago. And here lies a strange paradox. We modern humans consider ourselves the most advanced generation ever. We have air conditioning, water bottles, Google Maps, weather apps. And yet without this technology we wouldn't survive a single day in the desert. But the people we call primitive or backward, they still live comfortably in one of the harshest environments on Earth with no technology at all, only knowledge carried through generations. So the question becomes, who is really more advanced? The one who depends on technology or the one who understands nature? So the next time you're sitting comfortably in an air-conditioned room, take a moment to think: a group of your ancestors, thousands of years ago, stood in a desert exactly like this one. They had no water bottle, no air conditioning, no sunscreen. All they had was their body, their intelligence, and the knowledge they learned from one another, and they survived. Not just survived, they multiplied, built civilizations, and passed that knowledge all the way down to you. The very fact that you're alive right now is proof of that. So now the question is, if all technology disappeared today, would you be able to survive the way your ancestors did?